Welcome to Trivial 10, episode 41. My name is Jordan Halverson. The guy to the right of me is Zane. The guy to the right of him is Juan. And this month, we're doing something a little bit different. We are doing Bracket Month in, I guess, honor or respect of March Madness?
Yeah, just a little bit of March Madness. You know, it's the month where most men get their vasectomies. So, get your vasectomy, watch some March Madness, and listen to some Trivial 10.
That was improv. I did not know that.
Yeah, it's true. Anyway, we'll go over that later.
That was fantastic. We won't be having any vasectomies, though, right?
Not in front of the camera, no.
Okay, good. I already had mine done.
Well, I had one, failed. So
I know. I still can't believe that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
put it out there.
Yes, thanks for putting it out. Wait, what are you going to put out there?
Go back for the second one.
Please don't put it out there.
I've already put it out there once. I'm done putting
You
it out
are
there.
done.
I'll put it back in.
Snap.
You are done. That's right.
Make up your mind. We ain't going back for round two.
No, he only got one shot at that.
It's like Eminem.
That's right.
Lose yourself.
Spaghetti.
Yeah.
Spaghetti. Okay.
Mom,
So
spaghetti.
first one. Well, yes. Okay. So we're moving on. This month is bracket edition, so we're going to start with something. We're going to ease you in. We're going to ease you in with jams. Now, don't turn it off. Don't walk away. It's not what you think. It's not. We're not doing our favorite music. You're looking at me. You're like, I don't care what this guy listens to. The other guys are probably cooler. Probably have different music tastes. It's not that.
For sure.
All sorts. For sure. Thanks for backing me up there.
Okay.
So it's all sorts of jams. So we're going to take you down a crazy road. But our first round, you guys just gonna lay a little groundwork here, okay? Ground rules, if you will.
Yeah.
You get 2.5 minutes to argue this first round out, okay?
Got it.
Okay, there's 8 total topics. I'm gonna go through those really quick. We've got toe jam, like jelly, we've been jammed, door jam, pajamas, that's my jam, traffic jam, and jamboree.
Love it.
So our first round, I'll be watching, and I'm going to cut you off as soon as it's done, unless I think it's really entertaining. Then I'll let you go. But that's up to you. Actually, it's up to me.
It's up to you.
Yeah, it's really up to me.
I start crying.
I like it.
And one other thing is I've developed a criteria for what I think will bring the debate to some sort of a closure. There's 3 criteria: consistency, potential, and memorability.
Ooh.
So yeah, you're like, oh my gosh, should I turn it off now? No, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. It's not about my music choices. It's going to be, because it would be Amy Grant and Metallica and
It's the jam
Which
umbrella.
are Amy
Yeah,
Grant
jam
and Metallica?
I know, it's pretty crazy. I'm actually pretty cool.
Alanis Morissette in there?
Oh no, I cannot. Anyways, that's
Jagged?
different.
Jagged Little?
Oh no,
I don't know.
jagged little pills. I had some jagged little kidney stones recently though, but that's a different
Oh,
episode.
man. You said you were going to bring a picture of that thing for us.
I almost brought the container, and then I thought better of it after my wife dropped the stones all over the floor. And I was like, I need those for the doctor. And I cried. And anyways, I dried the tears, and here I
I'm
am.
glad you're doing better.
Thanks, man. I'm glad to be rid of those.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So if you run out of here, we know why.
Yes,
I said you still might have one.
I could have a jagged little stone coming out of my urethra.
That's great.
Anyways, on to bigger and better things.
Go.
First round, Zane, you will be representing Toe Jam. Juan, you'll be representing Pajamas. You have 2.5 minutes.
Okay.
Zane, go.
I go. All right. Toe jam. How do we get it? We get it from socks, dirt, skin flakes, softened corns or calluses, fungal infections, bacteria, scabies. There's
This is sounding terrible.
Yeah, there's a consistency in this though, right?
Oh.
Okay, so here we're going, right?
Okay.
The consistency is that once we get that toe jam on there, it develops from germs, right?
Yeah.
Bacteria. So the consistency is there is only one way to attract it and develop it by not taking showers or bathing.
Okay.
Thus, and hence why we get the toe jam. There is memorability.
I'm going to stop you there right now.
No, wait,
Let's
that has
go-
not been 2.5 minutes.
Oh, total. Between
gotcha,
you guys.
okay,
So I got to get Pajamas
So,
on that.
I would like to
Figure it
say, first of all, my utmost respect to my opponent in this series right here. But I have to respectfully disagree that Toe Jam is the winner in this particular circumstance, because honestly, I can't tell the difference between Toe Jam and Belly Button Lint in the first place.
Fair
And
point.
second of all, I would like to speak to the consistency when it comes to Pajam Us. not necessarily the history or the fact that, they originally originated in South Asia and South Africa. They're called night suits as well too. But more for the fact of, I know that pajamas, whether they are on or off, I am going to sleep. I like the fact of knowing, hey, it's pajama time, I'm drinking my sleepy time tea, and I'm getting ready to lay down my head and have myself a good night.
I'm going to cut you off right there.
Okay.
Final rebuttal to pajamas. You get one more statement on why toe jam is better than pajamas.
Memorability.
Memorability. What is your final statement?
What in the world? That's it?
Dude, we are on time, man. We are over time.
Okay.
My final statement is this, is that I'm gonna save it because I'm confident in how well pajamas is going to do right here. But I just believe that a garment that can be used by various different people from around the world, while toe jam excludes those who are primarily sandal wearers in India, because let's face it, you're wearing sandals most of the time. You don't want that jam. That's more of like a dirt jam in there. Jesus washed the feet more of people who wore sandals, not of people who wore their Nikes with their jams all getting up from their Hanes socks.
Okay.
Wow.
I hear you there.
Historical there.
All right. But in playing with time, so this isn't about what is good, what is bad. This is about what meets the jam's criteria. So when you're talking about consistency, potential, memorability, if you don't bathe, there's much potential that you're going to get toe jam. The consistency of toe jam, if you've ever had it, Jordan, you know very well, dang well, that the consistency on your toes is going to be the same on the big toe or the little toe. There's not going to be any change in that. As far as memorability, we're talking about athletes that get these, highly ranked people that walk around often. And you remember it once you get it, and it's going to make you want to take a bath or a shower more frequently.
It promotes sanitation.
And to wash your socks.
Okay. Okay. You have one more thing.
One more thing, 20 seconds. I can even steal it from my next round. Let's all be honest here. We're all married men.
Yes.
Let's all be honest with our seconds now, with everybody who's watching this right now. If you're a married man or a married woman, you know that when your significant other is wearing that specific pair of pajamas, that nothing is happening that night. So therefore, your expectations are set at a very realistic level of how that evening is going to go. Why? Because pajamas are memorable no matter how holy they are. They are consistent in that you will be doing the same thing with those pajamas every single night. And what was the other big criteria?
Potential.
And the potential with those pair of pajamas is that there's no potential of another child coming along in 9 months from that night.
He just debunked himself. No potential.
It has the potential to show you the lack of potential.
Okay.
So I really appreciate both sides of the argument.
Okay.
I have to say that, this is up to the judge, and I am the judge.
He's the judge.
I've been blessed in this situation to be the judge,
jury,
honored, yes, and executioner.
Let us know if you agree or disagree, by the way, though. That is very important.
Please let us know what you think, but it is time for me now to pull out the bracket and to show my decision.
That side of the computer.
Thank you very much. Thank you, producer.
There we go.
There it is. And here we are with jams. I'm going to make my decision now and make it very well known.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh gosh, what do we got?
No. The suspense is killing me. Can we get a drum roll?
Yes. Pajamas.
Yeah, let's go.
Pajamas wins this round.
Let's go.
And I do have to explain myself, and I'm not going to take a long time to do it, but
Yes, you must.
well, with the
I already know so many feelings are going to get hurt this episode.
Yes.
I was
already.
so bad if I lost.
I cried tears.
and here it is. There's many other rounds for you to come in.
I
And
want
take
to win
this
every
back.
one.
Okay.
Every one.
Toe jam is
The
awful and disgusting.
Okay.
Awful and disgusting, although consistent.
Right.
Pajamas are also consistent.
Okay.
They're also memorable,
Okay.
and they have great potential for sleep.
Okay.
Toe jam does not have great potential.
Fair enough.
And in my head, potential means a good thing, not potential for a bad thing, but potential for good, not potential for bad.
That was a tough one.
If it
And
makes
then-
you feel any better, Zane, if I was the judge, I would have picked Toe Jam.
Well, and I would have picked pajamas. So.
Look at this. We all
There you
love
go.
each other at the end of the day.
Wow, that's really sweet. All right, I'm sick of this. We
No,
need another argument.
Toe jam. You kidding me?
All right, here we go. Round 2. Zane will be representing jam, as in jelly, and Juan will be representing that's my jam. And Juan, you get to go first this time. Go ahead, I'm
I
timing
to
you.
switch out. That's nice.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is it starting right now?
It is
Oh, I'm
starting
sorry.
right now.
I was just enjoying the nostalgia of my early childhood memories of whenever the classic song "My Humps" by Fergie would come on. My humps, my lovely lady lumps. Check it out. It takes me back to the early days of my first burrito route. Or another one was, I've got a feeling that tonight's gonna be finish it off.
night.
See, there you go. When your jam comes on, you are just pumped, you're hyped, you're ready to take on the world, you're ready to go ahead and do whatever it is that you gotta do. Push that weight. You can get lost in the euphoric moment
Wow,
of absolute music. The memorability, I just attested to that. The potential that it has to be able just to make you push through that barrier that you were trying to be able to push through is absolutely, it's unmatched to none at all. And let's just face it, nostalgia is one of the best ways to make us remember a simpler time when Lunchables were the main course and when steak didn't cost $60 for a plate.
A Lunchable is just a kid's charcuterie, isn't it?
Sometimes
Yeah.
it's a 32-year-old charcuterie as well when your kid was
It has the potential for that. Tell me about jellies and jams. Why are they better than this? That's my jam.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty tough one to beat. That's my jam right there.
I believe you can do it.
Yeah, you know.
You have the potential.
Okay, let me turn on a good soundtrack for you, get you going.
Wow. Nice.
Wow.
Throwing shade over there. I like that. I like that. Should have bought a bowl of grape jelly or something over here.
That sounds delicious.
Memorability. So eating grape jelly, strawberry jelly, or that nice little jam, apple butter jelly, if you will. Pumpkin spice. Seasonal. So consistency. It's same from the top to the bottom. You're not getting something different once you dig back in there. Potential for it is great. Clearly, it is a worldwide renowned, known flavor mixed with peanut butter. So, or just by itself. Put it on a bagel. Consistency, potential, memorability, and it's delicious.
Final rebuttal?
Oh, was that I had my headphones in?
Wow. Again.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Twice. Come on now.
No, and I do agree with you. Jam, out of all of the sugary spreads, of which is sugar is one of the largest causes of diabetes in America, but that has nothing to do with this. I would say that jam is the best of all of the spreads to be able to put on bread. I just truly believe that what goes really well with eating some jam is to listening to the classic jam. Well, baby, like a ukulele, mama made a baby. Really don't mind the practice, cause you're my lovely lady. You could just go on all day with Jack Johnson.
You could.
You turn on that special jam on a rainy day, drinking some coffee, or maybe a chai latte. See? It is good.
You know, you were going to be singing. They're bringing it to the table. Final rebuttal.
Jam is good. Delicious. Done.
It was not as lengthy or wordy, and it was a strong rebuttal.
Sometimes you're going to be directed to the point.
Yeah,
You do.
I agree.
I again, and I love both of you. I love both of you.
That's not good. This is never.
Thank you.
This is never a good sign.
I love both of you, but it's time for me to make a decision. Here's my decision.
That's my jam.
It's just
Fair enough.
I love, and here's my reason.
Tough.
I love jelly, but no jelly in the world will ever beat that favorite song.
Yeah, those are tough to pair up against each other.
They are.
You got music. Yeah, that's going to be more memorable than a bite of grape jelly. Grape jam. There's a difference. I read. Jam is with fruits. Jelly is with juice. Boom. Mind blown. I like
actually
jelly
didn't know that
even
either.
better than
Yeah.
jam. 'Cause I
Wow.
don't like the preserves in mine.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love some strawberry preserves.
With
But that's
your-
not a jam, though, is it? It's
It's a-
preserves are separate from jam too, I believe, right?
No,
And I'm going to stop you right there, and I'm going to bring you right back over to round 3.
Let's
That's a
do
good.
it.
That's a good job. You're doing your job.
I get host
Jam-
sometimes get
jam
some hate,
part
but you
two.
guys are being very merciful with me. Are you ready for the third topic?
Let's
Ready.
go.
Third grouping, if you will.
Ooh.
Okay. Zane is going to be bringing We've Been Jammed. We've been jammed.
Okay.
Juan is going to be bringing traffic jam. Zane, go ahead and start us off. I am going to start your timer now.
All right. We've been jammed. We all heard of the movie Spaceballs.
Classic.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. The play on...
This is starting strong.
Yeah. I'm digging it.
Uh-huh.
Consistency. Well, here we are. We're talking about jams. So I'll go real quick here. I'm having trouble with the radar, sir. I'm having trouble with the radar, sir. Now, what is it? I'm having trouble. We lost the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps. It's like, wait, sir, the radar, it appears to be jammed. Raspberry. There's only one man who would dare give me the raspberry. That's what I started saying. So the memorability of that line in that movie is just amazing. It's like comb the desert. Something like that you just remember. The potential for it is a wonderfully country-known movie. The consistency of the comedy and satire with the movie throughout, including that whole lines, is just memorable.
Wow. And he's done under time. Juan,
That is
traffic
some,
jams.
That is some A+ actually argument right there. I actually forgot about it. So, anyways, you bring up a good point. So, mathematically, travel is studied through fluid dynamics. Okay. We all knew that. We all watched Mission Impossible 4. So, fluid is one of the most consistencies that I could possibly think of, for one. Number two, let's think of some great movies that we would be missing out on if it weren't for traffic jams and if it weren't for road rage.
Okay.
One of my favorite ones, I would like to say right now, is Speed, where traffic jams were one of the main bad guys in the movie. Not the bad guy, but they were an obvious hurdle that they had to be able to account for.
Contributing antagonist.
Yeah.
If you will.
Yeah, I would say that. And I think Speed was better than all three of the sequel Star Wars movies.
I feel like I have to help him because yours was so good.
You had a really good argument.
Yeah.
How did we get switched over to... I spaced out for a second. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
All right.
Movie.
Yes. Okay, what's your final rebuttal? Oh, I forgot the snaps.
Nice.
I still can't snap with this one. Go on.
It's my industrial strength hairdryer. I can't live without it.
Oh, just another quote?
Man.
That's it.
Final rebuttal, my friend.
Let's see here. Well, I believe that one of the biggest reasons for traffic jams is the separation of work and residential areas. So as humans, we move more and more out into the suburbs. We experience more and more traffic jams. And I think that traffic jams, while they are bad, I do think that they can be a good example of the American family who was just looking for a better life, but is still wanting to be able to work their absolute best to be able to be their contributing fact in society.
I feel like I need to hold my hand over my heart, and maybe we could do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Very good.
Possibly.
But they still suck.
It's time to make a decision, and so I'm going to have to deliberate in my mind with my mind brain, with myself.
Ooh, precursor to future episode.
Ah, indeed. Okay,
Stay tuned.
Yes, stay tuned.
Is he gonna go 3-0? 3-0.
Here we go, guys.
Sincero.
We've been jammed. Move
I
forward.
kind of saw that one coming. That was a good job.
That was a tough one. You made a good argument. You made a good stand.
I tried to bring math into it.
You did. You did. Bringing math sometimes. Okay, it's time to move into 4. It's time to move into the fourth one. This is the fourth battle in round 1. I should be very specific. We are still in round 1. This is our last battle. We had 8 topics. This time it's going to be Zane with Door Jam.
Oh, yeah.
And Juan with Jamboree. And this time we're going to have Juan go first with Jamboree. Go.
Ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube and our current mediator, I would like to say that the world is a tough place sometimes. You get a little dark. You turn on the news, whether it's CNN or Fox or CNBC or even
CSNBCs.
I'm sure that's another one.
7 seconds we'll never get back.
I would like to say that with the world being a dark place, we all could use a little bit of a jamboree sometimes. A good uplifting of spirits, to where if you live in a dry county, the spirits are your actual spirits within you as well. It could be a long mixed program of entertainment, or a noisy or unrestrained carouse of gathering of people.
Oh, wow.
But it's all in general a large gathering of festivities. And I think that with the world in the current state that it's in, we could all use a little bit of festivities with one another.
Absolutely.
USA.
Very nice, very nice.
USA. USA.
Door jams.
Okay. All right.
Door jams. Here we go. They're durable, strong, economical, safe.
He came in hot,
He came
man.
with the power fist.
You ever heard of a single rabbit or a double rabbit? Neither have I, until I looked up door jams. I still don't know what they are, but they are a thing. And their memorability is very strong. Doors, they keep us safe. They separate us from the indoors, outdoors. They deflect the unwanted dust and germs that circulate outside. They are strong. The consistency of them, wood, metal, whatever that structure is, the length, to get back into one's
Girth.
mathematicus of it.
The mathicus.
Yes.
I think you're math and calculus. You're putting
Here's
in
my
Damascus.
time there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll shut up.
Potential of a door. They're going to keep you closed inside.
I do decide who wins, though.
Oh, that's all right. They keep you warm. They keep you cold. The potential of a door jam. You cannot have a door without the jam, right?
Whoa.
And if it's off-centered, crooked, anything is not consistent, it's not going to hold the door open.
It's
gonna be a draft.
Shenanigans on that
It's
argument.
going to be a draft.
Wow. Okay, rebuttal's coming.
All right. First of all, that was a great argument. Second of all, I would like to be able to say, let's not remember the fact that maybe we live in a time where it's time to open up our door to one another instead of closing it permanently.
Oh, the olive branch.
So,
Oh, thanks. I like that. So he's working on mine over here too. We're on a team.
we are on a team because, anyways, so I believe that we should be able to reach out the olive branch to one another, open up the door, and instead of locking it, offer maybe a souffle or a nice bisque. Or maybe even a nice plate of leftover mac and cheese. I rest my case.
All right. He just declared himself a loser.
Oh, here we go. I will say, in this time right now, Russia has recently invaded Ukraine.
That's a good point.
For everyone.
Yeah.
So I think that's where all this talk is coming about with the olive branches and such. Just in case you're watching this in like 2023, if the world's still here, if Putin hadn't blown everybody up.
Yeah.
That's what happened. If you are in a bunker,
We can
eating
mutually
beans-
assure destruction for that.
Right, yes, something terrible has happened. And I'm sorry that this is all you have to watch. Anyways,
Okay.
it's time to make a decision.
Back to the news.
Back to the news. The news of the day, the final battle of round one. We need to make it. And this one probably was the hardest one to decide.
Go ahead, mark it down there. Door jam.
Oh, wow.
Go ahead.
It's confident.
My goodness.
He's playing around over there. The pen is mightier than the sword.
That's a line of my children.
Except the sword of the spirit.
Right.
There's not.
Yeah.
Sean Connery actually played Celebrity Jeopardy with that once, and he read it wrong.
Got it confused. Went backwards.
The penis mightier.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Yes.
Okay.
And there has to be an explanation. There was a lot of power that came with the argument.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. You talk to a guy that is kind of a germaphobe. The host is a germaphobe. That's me.
That's true.
And when he talked about keeping stuff out, I'm all about security, my family.
That's
Security
why
system.
Toe Jam didn't work for you.
Yep, that's why you lost Toe Jam, but it actually worked in your favor. I love a jamboree, of course.
Yeah, of course.
But my family's safety comes before the party.
You love a jamboree, huh?
I do love a jamboree.
Yeah.
Good old fashioned.
Big
We
old-
call it a potluck.
It's a hoot ain't.
Yeah.
Or a shindig.
Oh, this is gonna be a station dig.
Yeah,
Good job.
yeah, there's those as well.
Yeah.
You can have those with the country bumpkin.
That is true.
Right. And the mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Of course.
Thank you.
With breadcrumbs.
Mentioning
Going
mac
back
and
to our
cheese.
leftovers episode. If you haven't watched that, be sure to check it out.
Absolutely. It is now time. It is now time for us to take a quick break before we dive into round 2 and 3. Thank you for joining us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Trivial 10 Bracket Edition. So moving forward in jams, round 2, we have Pajamas versus We've Been Jammed.
Ooh.
The unforgettable line from Spaceballs. And then we'll move on to That's My Jam versus Door Jam. So, are you gentlemen ready to go? Are you ready to battle it out?
As good as we'll be.
As good as you'll be.
I'm ready,
I'm
Phil.
as good once as I was ever was.
Wow, is that a Toby Keith song?
That's how that country song goes.
Those good ones.
I'm as good
Once.
as I ever was twice.
We should probably stop
That goes?
dismantling
All
and
right.
mangling that.
Let's
Okay.
bring it out, Trebek.
All right. Ah, Bill Connery. Okay. All right, here we go. So we have pajamas versus we've been jammed. One, let's just dive into it. Pajamas, go for it.
The land of the rising sun.
Japan.
Japan. In Japan, it's totally acceptable to be able to wear a pair of silk pajamas out in the day or evening. We live here in Texas. The largest footed pajama party was held in Austin, Texas.
No.
On March 11th of 2012, where 309 adults came and showed up in their footies and broke the Guinness Book of World Records.
309?
309.
That's a pathetic group.
The last one was Austin.
I know. That's
that was good. Yeah,
I was going to say that's barely Texas.
Yeah,
But anyways.
it is barely Texas. But what I'm trying to speak to is that pajamas are a unifying element across many cultures with a rich history and, dare I say, very good style.
Okay.
Good jammed.
Nice. We've been jammed. One of the most memorable lines, say, in plenty of movies. I like that though. With the silk. Silk pajamas are comfortable. Son of a gun. They're sweaty though.
You're buying in.
I'm trying to come over.
Okay.
But they're so hot and sweaty. Golly. Y'all ever had a pair of silk pajamas?
Good point.
Man.
Silk boxers.
Yeah. Memorability, no thanks.
Bugs Bunny.
Out on that. Consistency. The potential of this line for the movie might have made it go completely mainstream and blow up and trend everywhere. So that's what I'm going to give you.
Okay.
I'm going to piggyback off the memorability, a little bit of what it was before. It's something that we all know and we all remember from the movie. So that's what I got.
Apologies to our viewers underneath the age of 25 who don't know what he's talking about. But I would also...
Hey, your silk boxers are showing over there, okay?
It's true, but have you ever tried to put on a pair of silk pajamas and put on some silk sheets? If you want to do an imitation of what a drag race would look like, run really fast and just try to do a good slip and slide across the bed. Pajamas are fun! Not only that, in cartoons they're represented with a nice little nightcap that were pointy. Nightcaps were real, they're initially used to be able to keep your head warm, but the pointiness actually comes from the fact of you could actually use it as a scarf that was long enough to be able to wrap a little bit around your neck, but just short enough to where it didn't pose a choking hazard.
Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. So that's just another fun
part of
fact.
a pajama, though.
In the 20s?
Oh.
Depends on the time period.
It's true.
Valid question, valid answer.
Yeah. In the 20s.
Point, counterpoint. It's what we do here.
Okay.
Trivia 10 bracket edition.
Inaugural.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
rest of my case.
Okay, you rest your case. All right, guys, it's time to make a decision. And
It's tough to talk about one line of a whole movie.
it
Done a
is,
little bit more research.
it is,
Sorry, fans.
yeah. So here we go. The winner of that first battle of round 2, PJs.
Pajamas.
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 Pajamas. Okay, now it's time to move on to the second and final battle of round 2. This is going to be That's My Jam with Juan over here versus the beloved Door Jam. And Zane, kick us off with Door Jam. Make me a believer again.
Okay.
And then Zane, you make me a believer again. And then I won't stop believing. Yeah.
Jesus.
In Journey.
Door jams. We all have them. Maybe more than one if we're blessed. They're great. They provide us comfort. We walk underneath them. It's a matter of faith, trusting that those men, women, who built those door jams,
It's including everyone.
absolutely,
Wow.
would
We do
require an entryway for us to move about our day in and out of different areas of our life. Love it. They're consistent. They're with us everywhere. Everywhere we turn the corner, we see a door jam. Right? The potential of them are wonderful. They hold up an entire wall ahead of them in some cases because you got a header board, right? That's part of what we got here. That's
Construction
instructions on wood up there.
Uh-huh.
Yes. You got your jack and your king studs on the side. Just a beautiful,
So they call me in
wonderful
high
piece
school.
of work.
King
The
Stud.
memorability of it. If you see a fine door jam,
Uh-huh.
you might not be able to go about the rest of your day without thinking about that door jam.
You get wood.
Huh?
I mean, there would be wood.
Right. Or metal, depending on what's in your pocket.
That's true.
Done.
And here we are. Here we are to that wood.
That was really good. Okay. I would like you all to be able to finish this phrase with me. You can use your hands. If you'd like
You're
to.
not going to include us in on your crap. You have your own thing.
So no
Don't
one
jam-
ever
don't jam
told
me
you
up.
life would be this way.
Boom.
Oh, yeah,
What show?
I had to buy in.
What show is that from?
Friends.
I rest my case.
Arrest you.
Jams are memorable,
Oh, wow.
and if you remember them, that could be your jam. Think just, once again, hitting on the nostalgia, the memorability, the consistency, that song is never going to change. Unless, of course, they come out with a remaster or something like that, but you can always choose to listen to the
Rebuttal.
same song all the time.
Whoa.
Just defeated his over there. Said it's not going to change if, but, therefore. I see he's clinging on the hinge of memorability. See what I did there with hinge?
Oh,
Busted.
that was A+.
The potential for it.
Mm.
Not everyone has great potential. We don't know about that jam.
I would say my
I mean,
topic
it could
does
be good,
exclude the
could
deaf
be
community.
Sour.
It does exclude the deaf community, the deaf community, and I, for one, am not okay with that. That's why today I'm pledging to give more thought on how to better change that
Wow.
for the world.
Wow. A pledge.
All right, that had nothing to do with what we're talking about here. So,
My fellow
thank you.
Americans.
That was not memorable. It was lovely though.
Yeah,
I do like that community.
yeah,
You do more for them.
Absolutely.
yeah.
Agreed. I think that's something we can all agree upon.
Yes.
Now it's time for me to disagree with one of you.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Here we go.
I actually don't know which way this one's going.
Tough one. Oh, I gotta stretch this one out.
Oh, man, listening to a good song while you're stretching.
Okay, guys.
Earmuffs. Earmuffs.
Oh man. Hey Google, play my workout mix.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
He's even pushing for it during the decision. Guys, and I have to explain.
No way.
Yes.
No way. You guys know out there the door jam won this. I want to hear it in the comments. See it. This guy's trash over here.
So, guys,
Go ahead. Tell us what you think.
my only thing is, door jams are incredible, and I love them, and I love what they do in our world. And I appreciated your argument. I appreciated the strength of your argument. I appreciated the passion behind your argument. But there's something so enveloping, so much about music and jams that is just integrated into our everyday life. You see something in a song can come up that you haven't heard in 20 years into your mind.
I feel it.
It takes door jam out. And I'm sorry that that's the way that the cards are drawn. But now we have a championship battle.
Ooh.
And guys, here's how it's going to go. We have PJs versus That's My Jam. PJs, pajamas, versus That's My Jam. And we have to decide, these gentlemen, this question of time and of space and of history, this decision has to be made right now.
What do you want? What do you want?
Hey, I'm going to give it to you. Which one?
Okay,
You defer.
chivalry.
You defer, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was taught to honor my elders.
Oh,
Nice.
all right, glorious.
Yes, I'll take that wisdom.
Take it.
That was a compliment. I meant it to be a compliment. It definitely came across as a...
All right, I forgot. What were they again? Well, my elder years.
Case-
Sorry for not
case in
talking
point.
about it.
So we've got pajamas
Uh-huh.
versus That's My Jam.
Ooh.
So which do you want
My
to think?
jam seems to be the easy one to go with here. And you've kind of done the ringer here with runger? No.
You rung the ringer.
Okay, I'll take it. And
That's my jam?
the ladder.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna go with PJs.
You're taking
Ooh.
pajamas. You're taking. Okay,
Okay.
gentlemen. I'm not. I don't have time for you to be long-winded on this.
We'll be quick.
I want you to get to the point.
Let's do it.
A lot has been said. Don't rehash this. Don't reiterate it.
Over here in your tone.
Oh, I just know they've got to go back to lunch, and I'm trying to get them out in one sitting.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's for you. It's for the viewer. That's what I really care about. All right.
Yourself.
Well, no, mostly. Yeah, it's
You
me.
should. You should care for yourself.
Yeah. Anyways, well, enough about me. We'll talk more about me later. So Zane, let's hear your pajama argument.
All right, pajamas. consistency, potential, memorability, the threading in a pajama. You talk about 200 count, 300 count, it's going to be the same throughout.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Potential. Great potential. They're so comfortable, you put them on, they can potentially stay on. Right?
I would hope so.
Yeah, they're not going to come off you. Is that shirt going to fall off? No.
I hope not.
Are the pajama pants going to fall off? The potential for them to stay on, highly likely. Memorability. Man, you get you some Star Wars pajamas. You
Takes
get
me back.
Simpson pajamas. You get something with love and a heart. It's memorability. You think about that when you're 8 years old. It's like, man, I remember when I used to have these wonderful heart pajamas that stayed on with that wonderful 50 count threading.
Wow.
Done.
Wow. Gosh. Okay. What do you have, Juan?
I want to talk about a little bit of romance.
Okay.
When we're talking about that's my
I'm
jam.
comfortable with it, baby.
So, well, good. We're about to talk about some men.
Oh.
So there's a romantic idea about drummers in that they were young boys. So, for example, we talk about the Little Drummer Boy, one of the most classic Christmas carols, Christmas songs of all time. But the fact, though, is that drummers were more often adult men, recruited like common soldiers, and of course I'm referring to the Great War of 1776. To when a particular jam was played on the drums. And what better for our founding fathers to be able to use drums, in particular jams, to be able to say retreat, push forward, flank right, flank left, call in the cavalry.
Get over here.
Frank, get your bottom over here. Come on, the Brits are coming. Frank.
Right.
So,
straight from.
I just want to talk about, number one, not necessarily the jams. The jams, it's obvious right there, but I want to talk more about the sacrifice that went into developing these jams for us to be able to be remembered. Because war, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. You guys. I rest my case.
Wow. That was the most loaded bunch of BS I've ever heard of in my life. All right, let's vote. I don't got even.
No rebuttal.
No, pass.
Pass on the rebuttal. Any?
But it was beautifully said.
It was beautifully said.
That was very nice. I like how you flipped it. That was.
Gentlemen.
And Little Drummer Boy. That King Country.
Yeah.
Back there.
Oh my gosh. King Country has the best version of Little Drummer Boy.
Dude, I gotta see that live.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, check it out.
Yeah.
King Country. Little Drummer Boy.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It really gets your spirit moving for the Christmas spirit, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. What do we got here?
Are you ready?
Allow me to play my drum real quick. That's my jam!
That's
Get it,
my
Mom!
jam. That's my jam.
For America.
Now, guys, this is basically goes back to our criteria of consistency, potential, and memorability. And I think that was very well covered by our speakers, both debaters,
Yeah.
if you will,
Great job.
came in. I'd like to see a handshake.
Yeah, of course.
Well done, sir.
Utmost
Well
respect.
done.
Utmost respect.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But that's my jam. There's so much. That's such a loaded
You
phrase.
hear? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go right ahead.
No, that's.
Okay, let me cut you off again.
Thank you for tuning in this week. Oh, are you done?
Why does it say you carry it with you? When you
Yes.
hear that song in the car, you're 15 years old, or you're at your house or somewhere, you never forget it.
Yeah. And you feel that same feeling you had when you were 15 years old
That's something,
at 39.
That's why emo rock is still popular.
right?
Wow, it saved an entire genre of
Yeah.
music. It's crazy.
Oh,
That should never have been.
What? Story of
never
the
been a
year?
thing? Or what?
Emery? Okay, no, we're not going to go down that road.
Yeah,
Okay.
we could. Okay, we'll go. We'll let them get back to lunch. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in to our first bracket edition. We hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to tune in next week when we'll be reviewing sitcom TV dads.
Ooh.
Just go back into the war chest, and we're going to be fighting each other physically, probably, rather than with our words. I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. It could get physical.
nice.
Anyways, we'll see you next time. Until then, stay curious.
And weird.
And a little trivial.
Goodbye.